Hi there and welcome back to the channel. Now today I am in the brand new Fiat Tipo, which is a new addition to the Fiat family. And this model is specifically the S design. I think it's only fair to take it down a little road of free good, free bed. So the first thing that I really want to bang on the drum about is the looks of this car. Now the name Fiat Tipo doesn't really make me think big, muscular, very manly car. And actually when I saw the car I was really surprised because it is got macho everywhere. I mean, it looks a little bit like a hot hatch. It's got that big muscular front end with those bi-xenon headlights. That front grille looks like it wants to eat your pet dog. You've got those bolstered side skirts that also overhang the 18-inch alloys, and at the back you've got this whopper of a rear spoiler with some black accents on it, and it's very nice to look at. And then on top of that, this test car we've got is featuring the steel grey that Fiat call colour, and it's a metallic option. It's £550, but every single person that has looked at this car has said, I really like that colour. And I have to admit, for value for money, when people say that, £550, I think it's worth it. So for me, it's always the Koreans that deliver a lot of equipment for value for money. And I have to admit, Fiat are really challenging them with this car. So up front, you've got a 7-inch touchscreen with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I've got a rear auto-dimming mirror. I've got electrical adjustable side mirrors. I've got electric windows front and back. I've got bi-xenon headlights up front. You've got autonomous braking and a speed limiter strokes cruise control features. I've got rear parking sensors and a rear camera, and then these half leather chairs come with adjustable side bolstering. The list of equipment goes on. I mean, I've also got automatic climate control. It's what you used to expect in BMWs and Mercedes, and it's in a Fiat for less than £19,000. Brilliant. And that leads me nicely on to this last point, which is the value for money. Now this Fiat Tipo comes in at £18,150. That's the S design model. And you're going to get a lot of kit for your money. There's only two options that we've got on our test car, and that's the metallic paint, which is £550, which, as I said earlier, is actually really worth it, especially when you go for that steel grey. And then the other £250 is the safety pack, and that's for your autonomous braking and the speed limiter, which will match the speed of the car in front, which you usually get in a VW. And that again is worth it, especially when you consider that you'll save money on your insurance as well as being safe on the road. It's a cracking little car for the money. Now, one pet hate that I have that's similar to having cyclists on the road is the visibility in this car. Now, the amount of times that I've had to look over my right shoulder before I merge onto a motorway is unbelievable. Must be about 5 or 6 times before I go on, and it's just because the pillars are so large. It really obstructs your view. Now, you can compensate a little bit with the mirrors, but it still doesn't feel entirely safe. Then you've got the rear view mirror as well, and it's not the biggest to look through in terms of the back window, so you kind of struggle to see things now and again. But that said, you do get a rear reversing camera and sensors, so in the realms of it, it's only a little niggle, but it's still really annoying. And then there's the ride of the Tipo. Now, the usual hatchback recipe is to have it soft for glistening over those bumps and getting a nice ride, but having a little bit of firmness for when you get to those B roads when you need it. And with the Tipo, it's actually on the firmer side, in fact quite a bit. And what that means is that my bumhole is identifying nuts and crannies in the road that my eyes wouldn't usually find. But then you might say to me, well, if that's the case, then it must be a dream on the B roads. And yeah, it's not. It's really not. And that's just down to the fact that you get a lot more body roll than what you're expecting. And what that means is that if you had passengers in the car, it'll end up looking like an episode of, say, Crystal Maze. The other thing that I've noticed is the steering is quite heavy, which I much prefer. However, if you get to like a town, it's a little bit more tiresome trying to move the steering wheel like that. You do get city steering, which is a button that you press and it makes the steering all nice and light. But to me, it just feels a bit too wishy-washy when you go to that level. And I'd only really ever use that in car parks. And yeah, that's about as much as good as I can say about the ride of this car. So unlike the modern, bold exterior, the interior is just a little bit too confusing for me. I mean, it's all a bit black and black and black, which I can really live with, to be honest. However, it's all finished in these weird materials. I've got soft touch on the dash, but then on the sides I've got this hard, scratchy plastic. Down here I've got this hard, scratchy plastic. And it's all got this weird texture to give it this sort of leather look. And that just reminds me of a car such as like a Ford Escort. It's fine in the 1990s, but boy God, it's 2019, man. And then secondly, we've got this big lump on the dashboard on the driver's side, and it sort of just ends at the passenger side. It's like an accountant's done it. Like he's just gone, yep, we'll just stop it there, save on costs. Does my head in. So after my week with the Fiat Tipo, what do I think? Well, I've actually got to admit, I'm more surprised than what I actually thought I'd be. In terms of value for money, it delivers, and those looks, I actually really like it, especially the colour. I paid the extra 550 quid that they're charging you. I'd even paid the 250 quid for the safety pack, and for a car just under £19,000, it does a stellar job. Don't get me wrong, it's not beating the class leaders of the Audi A3 or the Ford Focuses, but it's doing a damn good job. And if this car came in the Abarth variant, the sportier one, to give you all the frills, I'd actually really consider buying one. And on that note, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the end of the video, ding on the bell, that'll tell you next time when we post a video, and I shall see you guys next time on a good old episode of Free Good, Free Bad.